This week's Nifty Gifties on F5 Live Refreshing Technology is proudly powered by the Microsoft Store. Whether you're looking for a new laptop, tablet, Xbox, games, or a whole lot more, you can get them at the Microsoft Store. Remember, current students, faculty, parents, and active military can save up to 10% off almost everything. To browse the products and learn more about the discounts, you can go to f5live.tv/Microsoft. Just as a note, we are trying out Instagram Live tonight. I did not realize that our service doesn't automatically turn it, so if you're hearing this on Instagram, go over somewhere else. Go to f5live.tv/join us. Anyway, a topic we've talked about a lot over the last couple of years has been the ongoing lawsuits between Epic Games and the mobile companies, Apple and Google, over antitrust behavior. In particular, Epic Games has complained that the fees that Apple and Google charge on their payment systems are too high, but because they want to be on the platform, they're not allowed to use other payment systems. They sued both companies after they implemented their own payment system anyway, and got removed from both Google Play and the App Store. The suit with Apple went through first, but this week, the Google suit got its verdict. And interestingly, it could not have been more different than the results of the Apple suit. In Apple, there were 13, I think, charges. 12 of them were found in Apple's favor. Only one was found in Epic Games' favor, and that was the payment processing, the primary complaint that started it all. In the Google case, however, 100% in favor of Epic, which was surprising. There were not the same 13 complaints, though. I think there were 11 in this one. Yeah, there were 11 in this one, but it was a unanimous yes in favor of Epic on all 11 complaints from all jurors. So, a very different result than in the Apple case. Epic has appealed in the Apple case. Google almost certainly will appeal in this one. So none of this is done, although the payment system changes theoretically are supposed to be coming to Apple possibly any day now, maybe the beginning of the year, because I think they lost their injunction to hold it off until the appeal. So when the Apple appeal comes, there will be this precedent from Google in addition to the almost exact precedent from Apple. The whole thing's fascinating. I have no idea what's going to happen next in this, Abram. It seems like it's the most unpredictable thing ever, even more than the Google Oracle thing was.
Yeah, who can say? I mean, Google has had some poor, luck in court. It's hard to say whether Apple will, will prevail and Google will continue to prevail. I mean, there's certainly been a lot of negative attention on Google lately. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I mean, there's, I guess we'll have to see. But I mean, they've also been. I'm not sure how this has come out, but they've also aren't they also being sued by the FTC for AdSense, for things that are going on with Google AdSense?
Both with Google AdSense and search results as a whole. The fact that they prioritize YouTube results over more relevant video results and something else. I think they were all lumped together.
Or like prioritizing their AI plagiarism over quality results. There also has been some controversy lately. I don't know if you've seen this, where they've been all of a sudden they've been very highly ranking Google Groups. Like, did you even remember Google Groups exists? Google
Yes,
Groups
actually,
apparently.
I have an active Google group. So,
Oh,
yes, I do remember its
okay, good,
existence, but I'm
good,
one of
because
very few.
I had forgotten it exists, but apparently, at least for one of the recent updates, it really all of a sudden a lot of sites were losing traffic to things that were going to Google Groups, which is weird because I didn't even think that Google cared about Google Groups anymore.
Right. Fair. I'll, there's no mobile app for it. The mobile website looks like the first gen beta of Gmail. Like it's several UI layers ago. It's
Yep.
it's definitely one of those things that Google has forgotten exists for sure.
Right. But somehow their algorithm didn't forget it. I kind of almost feel like this is probably not an on purpose because they don't seem to care very much about it. So about the product. So why would they be pushing it on purpose? You know,
100%
unless
agree
all
on
of a
that
sudden
one.
they do care. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we'd have to see a mobile app come out before I'd believe that they care.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely interesting. Anytime you have essentially two lawsuits from the same company against two different companies over nearly identical behavior, right down to the percentages, and the results are so opposite. It's certainly sets up a lack of actual legal precedent, right? There, you can't go to a higher court and then go, well, over here, because you can go, oh yeah, but over here, there, there is no, there is no good solid precedent here. Essentially, the cases almost negate each other as far as an appeal is concerned. So I feel like they're kind of back to square one, except for the fact that there's the possibility that Google has to actually implement changes in Android to comply with whatever the punishment phase is, which I don't think has happened yet. I guess the thing that separated the Android case from the Apple case is the additional hardware manufacturers, because one of the big situations was that in I think 2014 Google started requiring the Android and Google brand and or Google branding, which evolved over the years, but the Android or Google branding on boot up and something else in order to have access to the Play Store at all, plus no pre-installed third-party apps except for a home app store. So Samsung has theirs, but outside of that, you can't have other app stores. And I think that was one of the big differences that caused trouble for Android here, because Apple is a totally closed loop. They're in charge of everything. Hardware, software, operating system, it's all payments, it's all them, as opposed to Google that also has partners. And I think that ended up hurting them in reading some of what the judge said before, during, and after the case. I think that ended up being a problem for them. So there is a bit of difference, I guess, in an appeal. But it seems like, as far as Epic is concerned, it's kind of a clean slate going into appeals. I don't know. It doesn't seem like either one helps them too much, except in an appeal for Google where, you know, they've already won on those particular merits. But I mean, obviously, we're going to keep following this. It holds a lot of potential for change, particularly in the Apple ecosystem, if an appeal goes the same way as Google. For payments, for app stores. Epic wants its own game store on Android and iOS. That's my...
Right. Yep.
They want the Epic Game Store to be available everywhere, including your phone and tablet. And Google and Apple don't.
I mean, it is on PC. It is on PC, so you know, right? So
Yep. So we'll see what comes of all of this. Again, it's not going to be a short thing. When you look at what happened with Google and Oracle, that thing took a decade to resolve and made it up to the Supreme Court.
Yeah,
so,
this is going to be forever.
Yeah, this is going to take a long time, and any changes will likely take time past that as well. So, for now, Epic has their win. Whether or not Google will have to make any changes in the meantime before an appeal is anybody's guess. But we'll keep watching it because there's a lot of potential changes that could come out of it. Hello, YouTube. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this episode of F5 Live Refreshing Technology. If you did, please subscribe to the channel down below, and of course hit the notification bell because we know that subscriptions don't mean much on YouTube anymore. If you've got topics that you'd like us to talk about in the future, please comment them down below. And if you'd like to not follow us on YouTube, there's lots of ways that you can follow along with our content by going to PLUGHITZlive.com/subscribe. There you'll see all of our shows and all of the ways that you can watch, listen, and follow along.